Hey, Alan here from RVAcrossAmerica.net, and you're about to see two signs I was really excited to see. Leaving New Mexico and entering Texas, where you just saw that change in pavement. I entered the great state of Texas. Yes, God bless Texas. And I'm in Texas, and I'm going to be in Texas for quite a while. So I'm going to share a lot more with you momentarily. Let me jump in front of the camera and let's chat. Hey, Alan here again, and RVAcrossAmerica.net. There is no written post to go along with this video, but as always, I'd encourage you to go over to RVAcrossAmerica.net. There's always something new coming up. I have another post coming up very soon, which is going to be on my travels in Nevada and on ghost towns. In fact, I think the next three posts coming up are all going to be about ghost town activity. There's some really, really cool stuff that I ran across. I've got some great videos, some great photos, and I want to share all that stuff with you. But I wanted to kind of jump in at this point and share what's going on. I've been traveling. I aimed after getting some work done on my camper in Oregon for Front Sight, which is a firearms training program, and I'm going to tell you a lot about that. That's coming up soon. That's down in Pahrump, Nevada. And before that, I traveled through the desert, hit the ghost towns. Those are the posts coming up on RVAcrossAmerica.net. Since then, since leaving Pahrump, and that was only a few days ago, I drove across Arizona and New Mexico. And boy, what a contrast. You know, when you travel from one state to the next, under this China virus, it's become so clear how some of the governors are ruling with an iron thumb, and other governors are much more hands off and let people be people and let people have common sense. The virus is everywhere, there's no doubt, and there are some people that get it and get very sick from it, but there are a lot of people that are getting it now and not getting very sick, and clearly there are some therapeutics that are out there that help people. And frankly, I've been taking a prophylactic therapeutic for months, and if you reach out to me privately, I'll share what that is. I can't put it over the airwaves. So in my travels across Arizona and New Mexico, Arizona is a fairly even-handed run state. I was on Route 66. It's a hoot. I had been there back in '04, and now 16 years later, I even looked up the original, the same barber that I visited back in '04, and it gave me a haircut. He's now 93 years old. His name is Angel, and he's the fella that actually started the historic Route 66 movement. But again, there's going to be a lot more on that coming up very soon. Again, this is just kind of to bring you up to speed on what's going on. When I entered New Mexico, it was like entering a lockdown. You've got to wear the mask everywhere, and they've got, of course, the mask patrol when you walk into a store. It's really unbelievable what's going on in New Mexico. It felt a lot like what New York, New Jersey, and California are doing. Although I'm told that California is even worse from Californians who have left California in order to be in places like New Mexico. Anyway, I pulled out of New Mexico this morning. I spent the last couple of days in Roswell. That's a hoot. Unfortunately, the governor is tightening again on the residents of New Mexico. So the museum I visited the other day, they were all worried that on Friday they may have to get shut down, and they might. It was the UFO Museum. Really cool. And again, some great photos, great stories. That's all coming up. I mean, I got a whole winter's worth of material once I finally settle into the campground I'm going to settle into, and you won't believe that place when I share that with you. But I'm in Texas, and it just felt like the weight of the world was lifted off me when I entered Texas. God bless Texas. It's a great state. I'm in western Texas. It's about 85, pushing 90 degrees outside right now, and believe it or not, for where I am right now, right near Plains, Texas, there is snow in the forecast for early next week. It's unbelievable. There's a blue norther, which is what they call a cold front here, that's going to move through tonight. Tomorrow is only going to be in the 60s. Then it's going to warm up again for a couple days, and then the bottom falls out. even where I am headed, and I'm headed towards Breckenridge, Texas, not Breckenridge, Colorado, Breckenridge, Texas. Breckenridge, Texas is, I believe, on Monday and Tuesday of next week, expecting temperatures during the day in the low to mid 40s and at night in the 30s with a cold rain. Could snow mix in or sleet mix in? Yeah, it could. It's Central Texas. I'm not too far from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You can look up the towns, and by the time I get over to Breckenridge, the biggest difference is I'm at 3,600 feet now elevation, and I think Breckenridge is about 1,200 feet. But again, I could be wrong on that. Anyway, I'm going to turn the video over to where I am right now. I'm at Yoakum County Park. They have RV hookups here. I don't want to call it RV sites. I'm parked right along a railing. I'm the only camper here. It's free. I'm told it's 3 nights and then you're asked to move on. I'm only planning on staying a couple of nights. I don't want to travel tomorrow because tomorrow, after that blue norther, there will be 30-mile-an-hour winds from the northeast and again chillier temperatures. The Texans aren't going to know what hit them, but with the colder temperatures, not with me. Anyway, I'm planning on going into a couple of towns a little later on today to explore them, and I'll bring my mask, but I don't think I'm going to need my mask. So Texas is a good place, real good place. Anyway, let me turn you over to where I am. You got to see this place, and it's free, if I didn't mention that. So Alan from RVAcrossAmerica.net. Again, there's no written post to go with this. I just want to get it up on YouTube and share this with you and, let you kind of get a kick out of it, I guess. And we'll talk soon. So here we go. Yoakum County Park. This is in Yoakum County, Texas. Not far from Plains, not far from Denver City. This is a beautiful county park. It's virtually deserted except for a couple of golfers floating around. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too much of an issue. And believe it or not, they have RV hookups here. There is water, I'm told. I don't need it. My camper's got an 82-gallon freshwater tank. But there's electric, and I'm coming up on one of the power poles right there. You can see that I'm camped alongside some nice grass terrain, not far from a pond, and it's just wide open turf. Gotta love Texas. Here we are, outdoors RV and Texas, and me, perfect together.